All right. July 2014. Team U. That was my worst placing as an amateur. I was first call outs, but I came in 7th place. That happened. Then 2 weeks later, I go to USA's. And I won the overall. So that show was pretty awesome. That was really memorable. I was with my sister. It was really emotional, holy shit. First call outs was 4 girls, and I was in the middle too. So me and Sam Grimes got our pro cards in my class. I think I was class D. And then I won the overall against a stacked class of girls, let me tell you. Some of those girls did go on to compete on the pro stage, and they've competed this season and they've done really well. Like Amber Callahan, Lauren, USA's. So then I hit the ground running on the pro stage, and my pro debut was at Tampa, like 2 weeks after that, and I came in 5th. So that was my pro debut 2 weeks after that. And then at that point I was like, I want to go to the Olympia, man. Let's see if I can do it. And at that time, me and Angelica Teixeira were both kind of just like, we wanted it, you know? So we were both just like banging out shows. She had just gotten her pro card as well, but because she's Brazilian, she had to get her pro card, petitioning for it. So me and her, she got her pro card like maybe a couple months before me. And so she's a really good friend of mine. So we were just like pushing each other. We're like, come on, let's just do these shows. So I ended up doing Dallas. Dallas was terrible. I think I came in 13th place. And then Naples was bad too. And then I was done. Naples was the last show of the season. My beautiful friend Angelica ended up winning Naples, and she went to the Olympia. So she's amazing. But anyway, so then I took that's when I went into my off season. So that was like June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That was all my off season. I gained quite a bit of weight. Probably gained, like, it was like at the beginning it was like 15 pounds. It was like 10 pounds, 15 pounds. And then towards the end of my off season, it was like 20 pounds. But anyway, so January, this is when like shit hit the fan for me. My life just went crazy. So it was crazy because that ball dropped and I was at work and I was like, this 2016, I'm gonna make sure this is the year of travel for me and just everything brand new. That was the first. January 16th, 15 days later, was my birthday. And I was like a couple days into my prep. And then boom, we were told, hey everybody, we're closing down. So my job closed down. It was the last day on my birthday, January 16th. So I was like, oh, okay, great, cool. I don't have a job. Might as well go to LA and go to the LA Fit Expo. So around that time, I acquired my wonderful sponsors, Warrior Fuel Supplements, which are based out of Utah. It's a new company. They're about 2 years old. Really amazing. Ran by Ryan Alsbach. He reached out to me, really believing in me and really wanting to be behind me and supporting me 100% for the season. So I ended up going to the LA Fit Expo with Warrior Fuel, and I just had like a little mini vacation while I was unemployed. And while I was out there, I got hit up for a job back in New York. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go work. It kind of just like all fell into my lap. So then that was January. February, March, I was like, let me go work in Miami. I was offered a gig in Miami for a winter music conference, and I came down to work. And then I was working, and my parents live here in Florida, and they've been living here for like 3 years. The job was like, why don't you just stay and work? And then my parents are like, come live with us. You know, Spanish people, like, they don't want to let their kids go, especially their daughters, until they're married. And far from that, but I've been living on my own since like 18 years old. But I was like, all right. Like, I was away from them for like a good 3 years, and like away from them, like not in the same state pretty much, because they were like back and forth. So when I got offered the job, I was like totally over New York, New Jersey. I was like, there's nothing here for me. Might as well. I've always wanted to move out of state or somewhere. I was born and raised in Jersey, and I like never left. So, and I always was jealous, not jealous, but I always like looked up to the people that like would pick up and go. They would go to another state, and even the people that would go to another country by themselves and just live. And I'm like, how do you do that? So scared. I'm so scared. And even though like to me, moving down here was a big step, I'm still living with my parents for right now, because this can't happen. I'm 28 years old. Like, this cannot happen for too long. So my life's been in transition since then. So right now I'm in Florida, bartending, living with my parents, and just focusing on the competing, because that takes a lot out of you. But anyway, so that's my current situation right now. I'm literally going down the list. I have a list. So then, while I was moving, that's when my season started. So then I did the New York Pro, which I placed 9th. I was not ready. Like, my ass was not conditioned yet at all. So 9th place, I was happy with that placing. And then the week after that was Puerto Rico Pro. I came in 4th. I was really happy with that. I definitely came in tighter. And then 3 weeks after that was the Greater Gulf Pro in Louisiana. And that's where I won. Oh, I should show you guys my... All right, so I'm gonna continue talking with this stupid thing on. Oh, it's not stupid, it's actually really beautiful. Anyway, so Greater Gulf, I won. And then I was Olympia qualified. But remember, I had started my prep 20 weeks out. I was so tired. So I was prepping from January because I had a lot of weight to lose. And then New York, Puerto Rico, I was tired. And I was like, I gotta get this here at Louisiana. And then I ended up getting it. So now, and then I had to reverse. So I won Greater Gulf. And now I'm prepping for the Olympia. So I had changed jobs like a bajillion times. I moved to another state. I got a supplement sponsor, Love Your Warrior Fuel. I have a posing sponsor, Sassy and Classy Posing. My bikini sponsor, Buff Bikinis and All That Glitters Gems. I did have a food sponsor, Fit Fuel Direct, but that's all I'm saying. That didn't work out, clearly. You can ask around and find out why. I'm sure it would be the same story with multiple people, but that's all I'm saying. And that's my recap.